You ever get on a bike, settle into the saddle, and before you know it, you've chewed through half a state without even realizing it? That's the magic of a true long-distance machine. Now don't get me wrong, blasting around on a sport bike or flexing at bike night has its place. But if you're serious about eating miles, surviving cross-country trips, and actually enjoying the ride instead of suffering through it, you need the right motorcycle for the job. Today, we're counting down 15 long-distance motorcycles so good, they'll make you forget your own zip code. Some are high-tech rocket ships, some are old-school comfort kings, and a few might surprise you. So let's dive right in. And if you've ever fallen in love with a bike mid-trip, hit that subscribe button now, because you're exactly the kind of rider this channel's made for. Number 15. Yamaha FJR 1300. Let's kick things off with a bike that doesn't always get the spotlight, but every long-distance rider who's owned one will tell you it's a legend. The Yamaha FJR 1300 is sport touring at its finest. On paper, it looks simple. A 1298cc inline-4, shaft drive, and a frame that's been refined over decades. But on the road, this thing is an iron butt machine. It's quick enough to make passing effortless, smooth enough that you forget it's packing big horsepower, and built tough enough to shrug off 100,000 miles like it's just warming up. Range sits around 400 miles per tank, which makes it perfect for covering serious ground without too many fuel stops. Add an electronically adjustable windscreen, heated grips, cruise control, and adjustable suspension, and you're basically set for all-day comfort. Sure, it's a little top-heavy at parking lot speeds, and the styling isn't exactly Instagram influencer flashy. But trust me, if you're chasing miles, not likes, the FJR delivers every single time. Number 14. Honda NT 1100. Now here's a touring bike that doesn't always get the attention it deserves, at least not in the US. The Honda NT 1100 takes the proven Africa Twin platform and gives it a road-focused twist that's perfect for long hauls. Think of it as Honda's way of saying, yeah, you can go around the world if you want, but let's make the highway fun too. Power comes from a 1084cc parallel twin that's smooth, torquey, and more than happy to cruise all day. You can even get it with Honda's DCT automatic transmission. No clutch, no gear shifts, just twist the throttle and go. Range is solid too, with a 20-liter tank giving you around 250 to 300 miles before needing a stop. Comfort is where it shines. Upright ergonomics, a wide seat, generous wind protection, and integrated panniers make it a true touring companion. And the tech package? Cruise control, heated grips, Apple CarPlay. Yep, it's all here. It may not have the flashy reputation of the Goldwing, but the NT 1100 is a sleeper hit for riders who want practicality, comfort, and that Honda bulletproof reliability. And if this list has already made you think about your next road trip, now's the time to hit subscribe. We've got plenty more bikes coming up, and you don't want to miss what's around the bend. Number 13. Kawasaki Concours 14. Here's a bike that proves you don't have to drop luxury tourer money to get a serious long-distance machine. The Kawasaki Concours 14, or GTR 1400 if you're outside the US, is one of the most underrated mile eaters out there. On the surface, it looks like a sport bike in a touring suit, but that's exactly what makes it special. At its heart is a 1352cc inline-4 borrowed from a ZX 14R, tuned for smooth, usable power instead of track day insanity. That means effortless passing power at highway speeds and all the torque you need for two-up riding with luggage strapped on. The shaft drive keeps maintenance simple, and the big fuel tank lets you stretch 250 to 300 miles between stops. Comfort-wise, you get a roomy seat, great wind protection, and plenty of luggage capacity. It may not come loaded with all the gadgets of newer luxury tourers, but what it does have is reliability and performance baked in. Bottom line, the Concours 14 is fast, comfortable, and tough enough to handle cross-country trips without breaking the bank. Number 12. BMW R1250 GS Adventure. If there's a motorcycle that can truly claim go anywhere, do anything, it's the BMW R1250 GS Adventure. This bike has been the poster child for long-distance adventure riding for decades, and for good reason. It's the Swiss Army knife of motorcycles, equally at home on highways, dirt trails, or gravel roads in the middle of nowhere. The secret sauce is BMW's 1254cc Boxer engine with shift cam technology. It delivers torque exactly when you need it, smoothness when you're cruising, and surprisingly good fuel efficiency for a bike this size. And speaking of size, that massive 7.9-gallon tank gives you nearly 600 miles of range. Yes, 600. That's more than some cars. You also get a laundry list of tech: cornering ABS, hill start assist, electronic suspension that adjusts on the fly, and riding modes for every terrain. Comfort? Spot on. The upright riding position saves your back on those marathon days. This is the bike you choose when you don't just want to cross states, you want to cross continents. Number 11. Suzuki Bergman 650 Executive. Okay, hear me out. Yes, it's a scooter. But not just any scooter. The Suzuki Bergman 650 Executive has earned its reputation as the luxury lounge chair on two wheels, and for long-distance comfort, it deserves a spot on this list. Under the bodywork, you'll find a 638cc twin-cylinder engine that's surprisingly smooth and capable of highway cruising all day long. It's paired with a CVT transmission, so there's no shifting, no clutch work, just twist and go. Range lands around 200 to 250 miles per tank, which isn't record-breaking, but for a scooter, it's more than respectable. Where the Bergman shines is comfort and practicality. You get a plush seat with back support, excellent wind protection for its tall adjustable screen, and storage space that rivals some touring bikes. Heated grips, heated seats, and even mirrors that fold in with the touch of a button. This thing is built for convenience. It might not scream hardcore biker, but if your goal is eating miles in pure comfort, the Bergman 650 is a secret weapon. Number 10. Indian Roadmaster. Now here's a bike that doesn't just cover miles, it makes every single one feel like a first-class ticket. The Indian Roadmaster is pure American touring luxury, built for riders who want comfort, heritage, and presence all rolled into one serious machine. At the heart of it sits the Thunderstroke 116V Twin, an engine that delivers mountains of torque with that deep, low rumble that just feels right on an open highway. You won't be racing anyone, but that's not the point. This bike was made to cruise, to roll across the country in style without breaking a sweat. The touring setup is top shelf. Heated seats, heated grips, a big touchscreen infotainment system, over 36 gallons of storage space, and wind protection that makes long hauls downright relaxing. Expect a range of around 350 to 380 miles on a full tank. Not the longest on this list, but plenty for full days on the road. Yes, it's heavy, and the tech can be a little sluggish at times, but when you're rolling, the Roadmaster lives up to its name. By the way, if you're enjoying this list so far, now's the perfect time to hit subscribe and join our riders community. We've got plenty more bikes to cover, and I guarantee at least one of these next ones will surprise you. Number 9. Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Not every long-distance ride has to be a massive 800-pound touring machine. Sometimes, the real adventure comes from keeping things simple, and that's where the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 shines. This bike is all about accessible adventure. Its 452cc single-cylinder engine isn't going to win drag races, but it will happily thump along all day at highway speeds without feeling stressed. And with fuel efficiency on its side, you can expect around 250 to 300 miles of range before you're hunting for a gas station. The Himalayan was designed with rough roads in mind, which makes it perfect if your long-distance plans include more than just smooth tarmac. Upright ergonomics, long travel suspension, and a surprisingly comfortable saddle make it a solid choice for days in the saddle. Plus, it's light enough that even when the going gets tough, you won't feel like you're wrestling a tank. Affordable, dependable, and adventure-ready, the Himalayan 450 proves you don't need a huge engine to ride far and ride happy. Number 8. Ducati Multistrada V4S. If you thought long-distance touring bikes had to be slow, heavy, and a little boring, Ducati would like a word. The Multistrada V4S takes Ducati's racing DNA and blends it with the kind of comfort and tech you'd expect from a top-shelf touring machine. At its core is an 1158cc V4 Gran Turismo engine that revs like a sport bike but settles into a smooth, effortless cruise on the highway. It's fast, it's refined, and it's loaded with electronics: adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, semi-active suspension, and a TFT display that looks like it belongs in a fighter jet cockpit. Fuel range hovers around 370 to 400 miles depending on your throttle hand, which makes it more than capable of cross-country duty. Comfort is solid too, with an upright riding position and plenty of adjustability. Yes, maintenance costs are higher than most, and in city traffic it does run warm. But if you want a long-haul bike that mixes performance with luxury, the Multistrada V4S is as good as it gets. Number 7. Yamaha Tenere 700. Sometimes less really is more, and the Yamaha Tenere 700 is proof. While it doesn't come with all the flashing gadgets and electronics of the big touring rigs, it nails the basics so well that riders around the world trust it for serious long-distance adventures. Powered by Yamaha's CP2 689cc parallel twin, the Tenere delivers smooth, usable power that's just as happy cruising at 70 miles per hour as it is crawling over a rough trail. It's not about brute force, it's about balance, reliability, and efficiency. With a 4.2-gallon tank and excellent fuel economy, you're looking at 220 to 250 miles per fill-up, which is plenty for most long stretches. What makes the Tenere special is its simplicity. Upright seating, long travel suspension, and rugged durability make it a bike that feels at home whether you're crossing states or cutting through remote backcountry. It may not pamper you with heated seats or radar cruise control, but it earns its miles the old-fashioned way, by being light, capable, and built to just keep going. Number 6. BMW K1600 GTL. If you've ever wanted a rocket ship disguised as a luxury tourer, the BMW K1600 GTL is exactly that. It looks like a plush long-haul cruiser, but under the bodywork sits a 6-cylinder inline engine that delivers 160 horsepower with buttery smoothness. Twist the throttle, and it feels less like accelerating and more like gliding into orbit. This bike is built for devouring highways. Heated seats and grips, an electronically adjustable suspension, a power windscreen, and a premium audio system make it feel like you're piloting a high-end car. Just 2 wheels and way better views. Range sits around 400 miles per tank, which is plenty for marathon days. Yes, it's big, and yes, it's expensive. But once you're rolling, the weight just disappears. Cornering is surprisingly nimble for something that looks like it should come with a minibar. The K1600 GTL is proof that luxury and performance don't have to be opposites. You really can have both in one long-distance machine. Number 5. Moto Morini X-Cape 650. Here's one you don't see on every list, but it deserves a spot. The Moto Morini X-Cape 650 is an Italian-made adventure tourer that's been quietly winning riders over with its blend of comfort, practicality, and long-haul chops. It's powered by a 649cc parallel twin that makes enough power for highway cruising without feeling intimidating. Smooth delivery, decent torque, and a relaxed nature make it ideal for those who want a touring machine that doesn't overwhelm. Fuel range sits around 250 to 280 miles, which is solid for a mid-weight ADV bike. The ergonomics are upright and roomy, the windscreen is adjustable, and the white seat offers comfort over the long haul. Add in tubeless wheels, decent suspension travel, and plenty of luggage options, and the X-Cape is ready for both highway and back roads. It may not have the brand prestige of BMW or Ducati, but for riders who want something different and surprisingly affordable, the X-Cape 650 is a sleeper touring option that's built for real miles. Number 4. Honda Goldwing Tour DCT. When people talk about the gold standard of touring, they mean this bike, literally. The Honda Goldwing Tour with DCT is the Cadillac of motorcycles, designed for riders who want maximum comfort without compromise. The 1833cc flat-six engine is whisper smooth, and paired with Honda's dual-clutch automatic transmission, It turns long rides into effortless cruises. No clutch hand, no shifting, just twist the throttle and watch the miles melt away. You get every luxury feature you could imagine. Heated seats, Apple CarPlay, a power windscreen, reverse gear, and yes, even airbags. Range sits at about 400 miles per tank, and the balance makes its 850-pound weight disappear once you're rolling. It's not a beginner's bike, but for serious long-distance touring, nothing else feels quite as refined. Number 3. Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Explorer. The Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Explorer is a heavyweight ATV tourer built across continents without flinching. At its core is the T-Plane triple engine, delivering low-end grunt like a twin with the high-rev zing of a 4. It's smooth, powerful, and surprisingly refined for a bike this size. Comfort is baked in. Heated seats, heated grips, adaptive cruise control, blind spot radar, and electronically adjustable windscreen. With its 7.9-gallon tank, you're looking at over 500 miles of range. Serious iron butt territory. Despite the size, Triumph nailed the handling. Once rolling, it feels balanced and planted, even in twisties. Downsides? It's tall for shorter riders, and the firm stock seat might need an upgrade for marathon days. Still, the Tiger 1200 GT Explorer is a beast built for riders who want range, power, and British refinement. Number 2. Harley-Davidson Road Glide Limited. If you want a long-distance comfort with pure American muscle, the Harley-Davidson Road Glide Limited delivers. Its Milwaukee 8 114 V twin pumps out smooth torque that feels endless on the highway, and the frame-mounted shark nose fairing cuts through wind like a blade, keeping things stable even in crosswinds. Touring features are all here: saddlebags, top trunk, infotainment system, and a plush passenger seat. Range hovers around 370 miles, enough for a solid day's ride. And while its weight makes low-speed handling a challenge, once you're rolling, it settles into the road like a Cadillac on two wheels. This isn't just a touring bike, it's a statement. For riders who want to feel every mile while still enjoying modern luxury, the Road Glide Limited keeps Harley's highway legacy alive. Number 1. BMW R18 Transcontinental. For the final spot, let's talk about a bike that blends old-school style with modern touring comfort. The BMW R18 Transcontinental. At first glance, it's a classic cruiser with sweeping lines and retro touches. But under that vintage look sits a massive 1802cc boxer twin, delivering smooth rolling power perfect for highway travel. This bike was built for distance. A tall windscreen, wide fairings, integrated hard bags, and a 6.3-gallon tank that gives you over 350 miles of range. The seating position is pure lounge chair, with floorboards and wide bars keeping you relaxed mile after mile. BMW also added luxury touches: heated seats, premium auto, cruise control, and advanced rider aids, all wrapped in nostalgic style. It's heavy, sure, but it carries its weight with presence. The R18 Transcontinental proves that sometimes the best way to tour is with comfort, character, and a whole lot of soul. And there you have it. 15 long-distance motorcycles that'll eat miles for breakfast and still beg for more. Some are high-tech luxury liners. Some are stripped-down mile munchers. But all of them prove one thing: the right bike can make the journey just as unforgettable as the destination. So now it's your turn. What's the farthest you ever ridden in a single day, and on what bike? Drop your stories in the comments, because I know a lot of you have racked up some serious miles. If you enjoyed this list, make sure to hit subscribe and join our growing community of riders. And don't stop here. Click on the video popping up on your screen right now to keep the ride going. Until next time, ride safe, ride far, and I'll see you on the road.